Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is Wednesday, March 28, 2012. This is Texan TV News, a product of the Texan News Service, and I am Ricardo Lerma. In today's headlines, passengers recount fear during captain's breakdown, Saudi diplomat captured in southern Yemen, lawmaker chastised for wearing hoodie, rising gas prices cause vehicle owners to downgrade, sports, and the weather. Also, later in today's broadcast, we will talk with Kaylee Bedingfield about her interview with former Tarleton student and best-selling author Chris Kyle. Today's top story. According to the AP, passengers aboard an early morning flight bound from New York to Las Vegas first noticed something wrong when the plane's top pilot came out of the cockpit, didn't close the door, and tried to force his way into an occupied bathroom. The JetBlue captain's co-workers tried to calm him as he became more jittery, coaxing him to the back of the plane while making sure, above all, that he did not get back near the plane's controls. Then he sprinted up the cabin's aisle, ranting about a bomb, screaming they were going to take us down, and urging confused passengers to pray. Don Davis, the owner of a New York-based wireless broadband manufacturer who was traveling to Sin City for a conference, said nobody knew what to do because he is the captain of the plane. Charlie Restivo, an employee of Davis who traveled on the plane, said it was a scary situation. Restivo said it was just like a movie, and it just didn't look real. The airplane said in a statement that an off-duty airline captain, who was a passenger on the flight, entered the flight deck and took over the duties of the ill captain before landing in Amarillo, Texas. In international news, according to the AP, a Yemeni security official said a Saudi diplomat was kidnapped on his way to work today in southern Yemen, port city of Aden. It was the first kidnapping of a Saudi diplomat in the impoverished country, where abductions are frequent and where armed tribesmen and al-Qaeda-linked militants take hostages in an effort to exchange them for cash. The security official identified the diplomat as Abdul al-Qadi. The deputy consul at the Saudi consulate of Aden. No more details were immediately available. The Yemeni official spoke on the condition of anonymous terms, because he was not authorized to speak to the media. It was not clear whether the abduction had any political motives. In national news, the AP reports that Rep. Bobby Rush has donned a hoodie during a speech on the House floor deploring the killing of Florida teenager Trayvon Martin, receiving a reprimand for violating rules on wearing hats in the House chamber. The Illinois Democrat spoke out against racial profiling, and as he removed his suit coat, he pulled the hood on the sweatshirt he was wearing underneath over his head and said that just because someone wears a hoodie does not make them a hoodlum. Rush was interrupted by presiding officer, Mississippi Republican Greg Harper, who reminded him that wearing of hats was not allowed and members need to remove their hoods or leave the floor. On Tuesday, the 17-year-old Martin's parents spoke on Capitol Hill at a Democratic-sponsored panel on racial profiling. In local news, the Stephenville Empire Tribune reports, with unleaded gas prices inching up nearly $4 and diesel soaring even higher, motorists are making adjustments to deal with the pain at the pump. On Tuesday, AAA's daily fuel gauge report showed the average price for unleaded gas was $3.79 in Texas, and diesel was $4.03. Nationwide, the averages were $3.89 for unleaded and $4.15 for diesel, 15 to 20 cents higher than last month's average. In February, their averages were $3.68 and $4.01. Most alarming is a report that AAA that prices have climbed more than 60 cents per gallon since January, first giving consumers time to consider how much they are spending or could be saving on gasoline. Ben Sofa, sales consultant at Brunner Motors, said vehicles with higher fuel economy have dominated sales over the last 60 days. Sofa said one of the first questions is always about fuel economy. In an area where roads have been traditionally dominated by trucks and sport utility vehicles, Sofa said to say car buyers are sacrificing space to save on fuel. Not all consumers in the cowboy capital, however, are ready to get rid of their large automobiles. The top picks are currently the Chevrolet Cruze, a compact car which offers gas mileages ranging from the high 20s to 30s, or the Equinox or GMC Terrain, small SUVs that offer mid-20s to 30s. Sofa ended by saying, most are looking for a second vehicle, something with good gas mileage and to save on fuel wherever they can. Fuel economy used to not be an issue, but now everyone is downsizing their budget in vehicles. In the studio today, we have Kaylee Bedingfield. She interviewed former Tarleton student Chris Kyle. Kyle is a former U.S. Navy SEAL and is known as the most lethal sniper in the U.S. military. He is now a New York Times bestselling author with his book, American Sniper. Now to Casey Carpenter with the interview.
Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
What was it like interviewing Kyle?
It was an amazing experience. I actually couldn't believe that I had the chance to speak with him. But when I did, he was just very well spoken and very kind. You can tell that he was a country boy for sure, just born and raised in Texas. And I got to talk to him about all of his experiences that he had when he was fighting in Iraq. I got to talk about his book and about his family. And it was just very interesting just to hear him actually speak about it than what he was talking about in his book when I read it. So it was really interesting.
But that was a very cool experience.
Oh, yeah.
What was the purpose of his book?
Well, the purpose of his book, I figured he was just wanting to tell his story, but really he was wanting to, or is still wanting to, raise awareness for the war veterans. It wasn't more about his own fame and fortune. He wanted people to really say thank you and really show their thanks towards the veterans and what they have done for us. You know, he's wanting them to pay for their dinner sometime or their Starbucks, you know, just randomly, you know, just coming up to them and saying thank you for all that you've done and, you know, let me know if there's anything I can do to help. He just wants random acts of kindness, and that's what his book is promoting.
Wow, that's awesome. So what did he say it was like to kill somebody?
Well, the first time he talks about killing somebody in his book, he's asked himself, you know, can I really do this? Is this something I can really go through? But he had to realize that this is an enemy. Do I want my brothers to die, or do I want the enemy to die? You know, and it was his job, so he had to go through with it. And as he went along, he was just trying to protect his Marines and the soldiers that he was fighting with.
Wow, that's got to be so hard.
Yeah, I don't know how he did it.
So what was the farthest shot that he ever made?
The farthest shot that he recorded in the book was 2,100 yards, so 21 football fields. And he said that his scope couldn't even reach it, so it was pure luck that he got it. He said he didn't even know how he got it, but he just was amazed that it happened. So, and I couldn't even imagine, like, what gun could even shoot that far. So
that's
really cool.
Wow. So you told us a lot about Kyle, but where is he now? What's he doing now that he's back over in the States?
Well, he is not in the Navy anymore, but he owns his own company. He's a president of a company called Craft International, and what they do is they have sniper training for active military and law enforcement, and they just teach them tactics during battle. And also, if civilians are interested, then they can go and they have classes on weapon awareness, so they can go and shoot a bunch of guns and learn about them. So it's just he's just trying to give back to what he can to the military, so that's what his job is mainly for.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for joining us today and sharing your interview.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
And now back to your Carter.
In sports, TarletonSports.com reports that Texan baseball team will host St. Mary's today for their second meeting this season. Tarleton is looking to rebound from an 8-2 loss to the Rattlers back in February. The 12-9 Texans are coming off a rough weekend against conference rivals West Texas A&M, dropping 3 of the 4 to the Buffs. The Texans are looking to senior sluggers Ethan Stuckley and Andy Wolf to help them bounce back from their previous losses to the Rattlers. First pitch is set for 3 p.m. at Cecil Bello Baseball Complex. The weather today will be at a high of 80 degrees and a low of 60 degrees, with a 20% chance of rain. Today's stories are from the AP, the Empire Tribune, TarletonSports.com, and Weather.com. Today's images are from the AP, the Empire Tribune, and TarletonSports.com. Today's broadcast was produced by Will Beauchart and Monica Mann, and the engineer today was Matthew Mills. You can follow us on ustream.tv/user/Texan News Service. Don't forget to tell your friends about us and become a fan of Texan TV News on Facebook. I'm Ricardo Lerma. Tune in tomorrow for the latest news from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas.